And now we've been joined by UCF head coach George O'Leary. The Knights are 3-0 overall. Had an open date this past weekend. UCF in action again this Saturday against South Carolina at Bright House Network Stadium. That will be a noon Eastern start and will be nationally televised on ABC. Coach, thanks for joining us on the call. If you could tell us about how things went on your bye week, and then tell us what you're looking forward to back at home against South Carolina, please.
Okay. Well, the bye week came at a great time. We've been going since July 31st, and haven't had any really days off as far as the practice was concerned and meetings. But I think it came at the right time to catch up on their academics, to get some treatment on some of the injuries or pains they have, and it gave us a chance to really self-scout ourselves and to see where we were at after 3 games and what tendencies we had. And I think the big thing was we gave them off Monday through Wednesday and practiced Thursday and Friday and gave them off Saturday and we're back to work on Sunday. But I think the big thing was we got a chance to work against ourselves for some of the things we had to improve on and got a little jump on South Carolina. As far as South Carolina is concerned, I think they're a very, very good football team. I think they have offensive weapons. The quarterback is really a well-educated kid behind that center and makes a lot of good decisions. The running back, I've been very impressed with all their guys as far as the hidden yardage. Very rarely do they go down on the first hit. It's the second, third guy has to get in there to stop the hidden yardage. So I've been impressed. They got weapons, and of course they utilize them very well. Then on defense, what can you say about Clooney? I just think he's an exceptional athlete, and if you had to draw a mold up for an NFL defensive end, that'd be it. He'd look like him. But he just does so many things that really he may not make the play, but it allows other people around him to make the play. So he's very good, and I think they got really good athletes across the board there. And 90, I've been very impressed with. You don't hear about him a lot, but he's very consistent, very steady up there as far as the other side of number 7, Clooney, as far as playing. And the secondary's playing very, very, aware of what's going on and reads routes very well and closes very well. So it'll be a tough game, as far as we're going to have to play extremely well in all areas of the game, offense, defense, and special teams. And, again, kids are working hard, and we just got to continue to get better in a lot of areas.
Take questions for Coach George O'Leary, please. Hit *1 on your telephone to join the queue, and then the operator will introduce you.
And we'll hear from Scott Hood with Gamecock Central.
Thanks, Coach. Hey, Coach, obviously you were here in 2005 when Steve Spurrier was done with you. Can you just talk about the growth of the UCF program that's since that night here in Columbia?
Well, I remember we went up there for Steve just got there, I just got here, and I tell you, it was a nice ball game there, and obviously we didn't win the game, but we fought hard, and I think they had 2 more athletes than we did, made plays that they had to make. But from that point on, I think recruiting has improved. There's no question. I think we go out. We've had a chance to recruit some good skilled kids that took coaching, and they weren't all 4 stars or 5 stars, but they were kids that were good athletes, and I think they've really come on and been the players that we looked at when we tried to recruit them. So we've improved there. I think facilities is really updated as far as getting things done, and we're knocking on the same doors as everybody else in the state, and then being fairly successful in attaining the kids that we want. So, it's been a sort of a slow ride, but a ride that had a direction, and we're slowly getting to where we want to get to.
And next we'll move to Phil Stukenborg with the Memphis Commercial Appeal newspaper.
Hey, Joe, how are you?
Well, how are you doing?
Good. This is somewhat similar to the question that was just asked, but, this is your 10th year at UCF, and if you go back to last year, I guess you guys are maybe 13-4 in your last 2 seasons. Is the state of the program kind of where you hoped it would be at this point?
Well, we've had, we have more kids to play with. I think almost everybody you play has a good first team. I think guys that can go out and win. I think the difference is when you can put that 18th and 19th guy in the game, and you don't suffer too much as far as when you don't have the first string out there. And ideally, you'd like to have a first and second string. Not too many have that, but I think that when you get around that 18, 19 number where you can put guys in and maintain the consistency, I think you're getting slowly where you want. Again, I think everybody has skilled athletes. I think the thing that separates teams that win, Bill, are consistently is the up front guys, the offensive line, defensive line, guys that have a chance to be very productive.
And that's an area that's much more improved than, say, 4 or 5 years ago for you?
Oh, yeah, there's no question. I think we're a lot more solid. We got depth at those positions. We're playing some young kids now. We lost a couple of defensive linemen last year that I thought were coming back through injuries and just not doing what he's supposed to do academically. But I think the big thing is that we had people we had to fill in. A couple of them aren't ready to play yet, but it's their turn, and they got to basically, once you play, you're no longer young. You got to get better.
The last thing for me is just on looking at Storm Johnson and what he's done for you so far this year, and he seems to be kind of coming into his own. What are you seeing from him?
Well, I think he's improved from last year. I think his vision's improved. Every good running back you see, they make the cut in the hole, and they don't give linebackers a chance to scrape and that type of thing. And I think he's getting more and more like that, where his pairs are more north and south rather than sideways. And I think he's seeing more, and he's reacting not just to the front play, but to the second level play as far as where that hole's going to open up. So I think he's improved there. He's improved in his strength level. He's improved in his protection. So, again, he knows there's other guys that are going to put on the field, because I think we got to play with 3 running backs. I think keep fresh legs there. But I think he's improved from his vision standpoint and his knowledge of the blocking schemes and where that eventual hole's going to open up, either front side or back side.
Thanks so much.
Okay.
And do we have any other questions for Coach O'Leary, please? Coach, well, thank you for your time this week. Look forward to talking to you again next Monday.
Thank you very much.
All right, and that is UCF against South Carolina at Post Network Stadium, noon Eastern on ABC.